use an activity I do with my students called note training. So this is great for easy improvisation as well as assessing your students' ability to read whatever unit you're doing. So basically I have a little train and we're gonna do some 2/4 or duple time rhythms first. And we'll sit in kind of like a semicircle with my students in front of me. And I'll have the cards backwards so that they can read them. And then we'll all decide on something to start. If I'm doing rhythm, I'll probably start with like a quarter note. If I'm doing a melody, I'll start with do. So let's start with our quarter note. And then so the cards look like this. They're a little train car. And then on the back it says note train. So we'll start with our ta. And then I'll have the first student, they'll read that card and then add another card on. So for example, that student might go ta, toddy. And so then we'll add a ta. Then I will say the rhythm, ta, toddy, and everyone will echo me, ta, toddy. That way, even if the student messes up, and I probably won't point that out, everyone is still echoing the way that it's supposed to be read. This is super important, especially for melodic trains, because those are the ones that they're more likely to mess up. So then we will keep on going. The next student will read these two cards, ta, toddy, toddy, and then they'll add another one. Then and I have them do that by themselves so that I'm actually able to hear, are they reading it correctly? And then are they adding the new one correctly? And then we'll all echo ta, toddy, toddy, ta, toddy, toddy. And then we'll keep on going, adding different rhythms. If I had a half note, which I haven't made yet, I might leave a space so that they can kind of see this one's a little bit longer. Same with like a dotted half note or a whole note. Yeah, and then for the melody ones, I have another train that doesn't have a rhythm on it because for melody you might not have a rhythm, but I don't know where it is. So for melody, I always have them start with do, or if you're doing minor, la. I do la-based minor, but my kids only go up to 4th grade, so we haven't done that yet. So we'll start with do, and then everyone will sing do, and then the first student will sing do, and then add a note next. So do, re, and then I'll sing it. Notice I've put it slightly higher. That way they can see that this note goes up. Do, re, then everyone will echo do, re, and then the next student will sing do, re, mi, and then I'll sing it. Even if they messed up do, re, mi, and sing do, I'll just say it correct and everyone will echo correct. And usually some kids might pick up that they made a mistake, but we'll just keep moving. And then you can even add some other notes, do, re, mi, so. And I'll put that pretty high so that they're really seeing, okay, that's a lot higher and there's something missing because we haven't talked about fa yet. And then we'll keep on doing that. Then if you want to get really fancy, you can add a rhythm to this. So let's say my do is gonna be a ta. Oh, and I'll get my 2/4 train back. Let's have re be a toddy. Also, these are boom whacker colors too. So you can have your students play it on the boom whackers. I didn't get my soap, but that's okay. Let's make this a re. Okay, so we've got da, da. And then this is a really good opportunity to talk about, well, what makes a good melody? Are we gonna skip around a whole bunch? Are we gonna, make the rhythm all crazy? Can I put a rest if there's a note? No. Could I put a rest and not have a note? Sure. So you can kind of talk about that and contour, like going up in a way that isn't gonna be crazy, then coming back down, especially when you add more notes. Okay, so we'll make this a do. And then you'll have them, you can either have them sing the melody, although they probably already did that, and then you'll have them add the notes. So I might say, okay, if this is a toddy, how many re's do we have to sing? And they'll say 2. So, do, re, re, mi, re, and then we'll go through that and echo it together. So you're kind of working 2 different units there, your melody and your rhythm. Then, once students have done this a lot, you can have them do it as a center. So we've got our center card, which is quick and easy for students to read, to know what they have to do. And then they will make their own rhythms and melodies and then write them down on a worksheet where they have created it themselves. And then I've got what they are doing at the top, what your unit is focusing on. And I just created the Do Re Mi train, which has an option at the bottom that you can add rhythm to the second train if you wanted to.